Now, these are the types of multiple choice questions. There's something called a recall. These are straightforward, and they are the easiest questions to answer. Okay, this is an example of a recall one. The level of ecological organization described by field ecologists from studying multiple interacting species that live in the same area is, and it's D, community. It's just basically recalling facts. It's just memorizing facts that you've hopefully memorized. Okay, usually definitions, that kind of stuff. The next one is a reverse. So what they'll say is there's 4 correct answers and 1 incorrect. I like to think of the Sesame Street song. Which one of these is not like the other? And these questions usually contain the words not or except. So you got to be careful. Sometimes when I'm doing a question like this, I will actually take my pencil and I will like, that was for a big circle. I didn't mean to make it that big. But I'll like circle the not. That way I know, okay, and I don't forget that it's there. Okay, so which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? Okay, E, carbon monoxide is not a greenhouse gas. Okay, let's go on to the next time. We just did this. Okay, so then they have these least most likely. These ones are difficult because sometimes they have answers that seem like there's multiple that are right, but they'll say which is the most or which is the least. Okay, so these are when 2 or more choices are correct, but only one is least likely or only one is most likely. So just read you have to read all the choices. Okay, don't pick an answer until you rank all of the choices. These are going to take a long time to answer because you do have to read them all and kind of rank the choices. So this one says when the I equals PAT model is applied to the United States, the least important factor in determining the environmental effects of U.S. population is, now obviously all of these are important, right? Because they're in the equation. Well, not the TFL, but so you have to say, okay, what is the most important? And it's A, the population is the most important of all of these. Okay. Then they have these Roman numeral questions. So they say there's usually a couple of them, and they have like 3 or 4 Roman numerals, and more than one can be correct. Okay, so they say, so here's an example. It says catalytic converters remove which of the following from automobile exhaust? I, carbon monoxide, II or 2, particulates, 3, nitrogen oxide. And they'll say 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, 1 and 2, 1 and 3. And you have to pick. And the answer to this one is E. I really don't like these types of questions. They're my least favorite, I would say. Data. I've heard that the data questions have increased. They've increased the number of data questions on the test, but they haven't released a test in a while. So I don't know if this is true, and students aren't really technically allowed to tell us anything about the test. So this is just what I've heard through the grapevine. It says these will give you a set of data in graph or table form, and often more than one question will use the data provided. And you may have to do some math. And again, you'll do math without a calculator because you're not allowed to have a calculator on the AP exam. So this one says both graphs tell us the West Virginia stream index. I can't even read this graph. It's just an example. And this would be like a question that would go with this graph. So that's why I didn't put the answer because I can't even hardly read it. It's small. I just wanted to kind of show you what it would look like.